An accident in the gym 4 years ago almost put paid to her whole career, but she's running at her very best right now, the Australian champion. And then Adrianette Knight of Jamaica, always tough to get in the Jamaican team, just missed out on selection for the Olympic Games last year. Then we have the athlete who just seems to have so much to offer in the sense of her abilities across all events, but this is her main event, 400-meter hurdle. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone 6 times has broken the world record in this event. Looking for something good today. Shamir Little, first race out, as we mentioned, of the season. Over 400-meter hurdles. Not sure what to expect from Shamir. She'll come back in the 400 tomorrow. Pretty sharp, though, I'm pretty sure. Then in lane 4, we have Sian Salmon from Jamaica. Jamaica with so much strength and depth in this event. She is one of their best. Cassandra Tate of the USA. In lane 3, don't forget the challengers can win the big prize as well. If you're just new to Grand Slam, it doesn't matter if you're a racer or a challenger, you've got the chance. The challengers, though, don't get the best lane draws. So here we've got Naomi van den Broek, the Belgian, who's had a phenomenal year or so. Great indoor season as well. Had a fantastic 2024 and has really pushed herself up into the world rankings. And then on the inside, Anna Hall, one of the best heptathletes in the world, but is a redoubtable 400-meter hurdler as well. She competed in the European circuit a couple of years ago to great effect in this event. Tough lane draw, though, for her in lane 1.
Set.
Clean start. It's all about how fast can Sydney go here. I'm pretty sure already taken a metre or so out of the athletes outside her. Adrianette Knight tends to go off hard, and she's already up on Sarah Carley of Australia into the back straight. Sydney moving well, just keeping that nice, lovely rhythm that she has over the barriers. Has put a lot of distance between herself and Shamir Little, and it's pretty even behind her. Anna Hall, though, is going well in lane 1 and has made up a fair bit of ground. Round the top end, just checking down there, bit of a stutter there from McLaughlin-Levrone, not the smooth style we normally see from her as she changed down. Adrianette Knight trying to stay with her into the home straight, but now the gap starts to widen, the class starts to tell. That's a more beautiful action that we see over these last 2 barriers. Last one taken beautifully, now she could stride for the line. Let's just watch the clock here. It's 52.07, clear win once again for McLaughlin-Levrone. Not convinced it was necessarily one of her best races, but that's because her standards are so high. She's so good. She is still so much better than everybody else. Good scraps going on behind her, and Anna Hall in lane 1 ran very well to come through in 3rd.
Lane 1 is tough. With Sydney, I think she responds to pressure. So not much pressure here, and she's so clear of the field that she's not going to have any kind of push from anyone else. So that's all just mentality of her just trying to push herself, which isn't necessarily easy when you're that far in front. But you come out with the win, do what you got to do, and, you know, basically just showing that she separated herself.
Do you know, I was interested in, when I went for a quick cup of coffee before we came on air, maybe an hour ago, and she was in the car park warming up, not in the warm-up area. She's doing her drills, like, between the buses.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, she looked dead chilled and everything. It was just interesting she took herself away. I should have taken a picture, shouldn't I?
Yeah, so Sydney, like I said, about 5 or 6 meters ahead. And in a situation like this, I mean, you just want to be safe. You don't want to come out here and have an injury trying to go for too much unless it's absolutely necessary. And if there's someone else out here that's going to push her, I'm sure she would try to do that. There was a stutter earlier in the race, which she'll probably talk to her coach about, just to make sure that's clean when it really matters. But very comfortable, jaws relaxed.
And you know, she's still looking for the clock. That always tells me an athlete is thinking, this has gone okay. I mean, 52.07, by anyone else's standard, that would be a phenomenal time to run in May. And for her, though, you know, we expect so much. Maybe we're expecting too much. Maybe she expects that as well.
Yeah, for her, she's probably thinking, considering my effort, what am I putting on the clock? So if I'm around 80% and I'm able to do this, then it's favorable for what I can actually do when I put the pedal to the metal. But obviously, Sydney's in great shape.
I just wonder when she got into that back straight there, you know, there's a bit of a breeze there in the back straight, whether or not that just upset her stride pattern, who knows? We'll find out from her pretty shortly. There you can see she was looking for the clock, looking for the result.
52.07, I'm sure she's pleased with.
And here we can confirm it, 52.07, Knight 54.08. I said Hall ran really well in lane 1, 54.43. Yep. This is not her event, really. But she is...
At the Grand Slam track meet in Miami, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone reaffirmed her status as a once-in-a-generation talent in the 400-meter hurdles. With a stunning 52.07-second performance, she not only dominated the race but also set the fastest pre-June time ever seen in the event. For most athletes, such a performance would mark the pinnacle of a season, or even a career, but for Sydney, it was merely another carefully executed checkpoint in her path toward peak form. From the opening gun, McLaughlin-Levrone appeared untroubled and composed, her stride fluid and effortless. A brief misstep over one hurdle on the curve hardly disrupted her rhythm, and she surged home unchallenged, several meters clear of her rivals. Even though she later admitted it wasn't technically flawless, the margin of victory underscored how untouchable she remains when anywhere near her best. Jamaica's Knight secured second place in 54.08, a solid effort in a field featuring the world's premier hurdler. Knight's trademark fast start kept her in contention through the first half, but McLaughlin-Levrone's control, stride length, and efficiency proved too much in the final stages. The bronze went to American multi-eventer Anna Hall, who clocked 54.43 and once again demonstrated her versatility by competing head-to-head with specialists despite being drawn in the tight inside lane. Also in the field were Australia's Sarah Carley, continuing her inspiring comeback from a life-threatening gym accident, and U.S. hurdler Shamir Little, making her season debut in the event. Though neither featured among the podium finishers, both displayed glimpses of form that suggest stronger outings ahead. Shanice Salmon of Jamaica crossed in 54.62 for fourth, followed by Cassandra Tate and Belgium's Nami van den Broek, completing a highly competitive lineup. This victory extended McLaughlin-Levrone's unbeaten streak in the 400-meter hurdles to 12 races, a run stretching back to the 2019 World Championships. In that time, she has rewritten history by lowering the world record on 6 occasions, from 52.16 down to a staggering 50.37 seconds. Her relentless precision and psychological composure under pressure have made her performances feel almost inevitable. Observers noted one particularly telling moment before the race. Sydney was seen calmly performing her drills outside the designated warm-up area, tucked between buses in the parking lot. It was an image that perfectly captured her mindset, self-contained, laser-focused, and entirely unbothered by convention. After her win, she admitted there were technical details to refine but expressed satisfaction with her form, emphasizing that this was only her second outing over hurdles in 2025. Next on her agenda is the flat 400 meters, where she could threaten Sonia Richards-Ross's long-standing American record. Given her current rhythm and command, few would bet against her producing yet another landmark performance. In a sport often decided by fractions of a second, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone continues to separate herself by entire strides. Her fusion of speed, control, and poise keeps her in a league of her own, an athlete who doesn't merely win races but redefines what winning looks like.